Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanjana. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how I'll be using the 2022 Happy Wagon Planner by Tatiana. And before we get started, I just quickly wanted to remind everyone that I'm currently hosting a giveaway. So in case you haven't entered, make sure to check out the description box. One winner will be receiving this Botanical Story Planner 2022 one, and the other two winners will be getting the 500 rupees gift voucher for the Happy Wagon website. Okay, now let's get to why I bought this planner. I bought this planner in order to manage my work. I currently work in content marketing, and I have used planners in the past. I've used bullet journals, planners, regular notebooks, and it has all worked out for me. It's just that depending on the time, I would switch things up. And this year, sometime in July or something, my bullet journal got over. I did not replace it with another one or look for a planner. I just started using multiple digital apps, and I can clearly see that my system has broken. I'm very much in need of a planner, and when I saw this, I'm like, it's gonna be perfect for my work because this is the exact layout I would create in my bullet journal. And also the reason why I did not get another one, another bullet journal, is because I was just really tired of setting these pages every month and writing all the dates. It was very tedious. So I wanted a planner, and I'm hoping that this is gonna work out really well. Yeah, so let's get started. So here, intro page, I'm just going to be writing my name, nothing special, no other details. And then we start off with the vision board page. I thought of creating a double page spread. Then I felt, one page is going to be plenty because this is just going to focus on my work and my career. So I think one page is going to be fine. And on this left hand side, I wanted to create a reminders page. If you aren't aware or if you have forgotten, I have a reminder page in my planner, my 2021 planner, and this is just generic life stuff, and I loved it. I keep coming back to it. It is such a treat for your eyes to look at. And I want to create something like this over here at the beginning of the planner itself, these messages that I need to keep in mind for when I'm working on things. So just mindset stuff, not really career oriented or something. I want to create a very similar spread here based on the challenges that I face in my career and some mindset blocks that I have. So this is gonna be in this page, and then we move to the goal setting page. So what I'm thinking of doing here is, because all these are lines, and I don't want to set so many goals and then not end up working on at least one properly. So I prefer having just one goal, one or two goals. I think that should be fine for me. So what I thought is, in this page I could add what my yearly goal is, and then also what it would look like when it's broken down into different quarters, because I'll have one long-term 1 year goal, and then I want to break that down into 3-month 3-month periods, so that it's more attainable, and it's more I get more clarity as to what I'm working on. So that is what I am gonna do here, and this spot is going to be for my monthly goals, so breaking those quarterly goals into months. And I don't think I will be adding all of my monthly goals at the beginning of the year itself. Probably 1 or 2 months I'll add it now, and then slowly I'll build it as we move ahead in the year. And this too, it's gonna be the action steps that I need to take in order to achieve this goal. And this as well, it's gonna be a work in progress list, something right now, when I'm setting my goals, if I can think of 2 or 3 steps that I can take, I'm gonna put that here. then when I'm working, I will realize, okay, I'll get more knowledge, I'll have more visibility to what I can do as I get closer to the end of the goal. So that is when I'll keep coming back and adding the steps here. So pretty straightforward. The only change that I'm going to be making here is adding the quarterly section. And then we move to this calendar page. I like this. Initially I thought, let me just keep it as it is, but I think it'll definitely be beneficial for me to add work events or important dates that is there in September. So something related to work itself, or anything in my life that might affect my work. Let's say if I have a trip coming up and I have to take a few days off, so I can make a note of that. So something that I can look at and get a long-term visual when I see this page. And also mark day offs. I work from home, so it has happened in the past, as bizarre as it sounds, I forget to take leaves. You have these national holidays and then I just start working. So I don't want to do that this year. And most of the holidays in Canada are on Mondays, so it'll be nice to know that in advance, and so that I can get long weekend, and it's gonna be nice. So I definitely don't want to do that. And also it's disturbing other people on the day offs when I send emails. So to avoid all that and to get a more long-term perspective as to what's happening in work, any events that are specific to work coming up. So as I mentioned, I work in content marketing, so I can think of content ideas that'll be really good for an event coming up in October. Probably I need more time for prepping, so I can start off in July. So I think this is how I'm going to be using this spread for. In order to highlight the dates, I'm going to be using color pencils. So I'll get different color pencils, I'll color code them, day offs in one particular color, work events in another color, personal events in another color. So that's how I want to categorize it. And then we move to this yearly overview page. So for this particular page, I'm thinking of two things. One, either to add wins from each month. So any action based wins, basically, not goal oriented. Something that I did, whether it worked out or not doesn't really matter, but action based wins. So that is my one idea. And the second idea is to add new things to try. So my job is a mixture of both creative and analytical. Sometimes what happens is, if something works out, you just tend to stick to it. And I don't want that. I want to try different things in terms of my creative side of that is my favorite aspect of the job. So I don't want to lose sight of that, and I think it'll be great to add any new thing that I can try in each month, just to keep switching things up. You never know what will work out, what will not. And I'm very, very fortunate to be working with people and working for a company who encourages just trying things out. Don't worry about the end result, just try. So I want to get more of that and add new things that I could try every single month in terms of my work. And then we move on to the monthly calendar page. So it's going to be quite similar to this yearly calendar page, but there will be some additional things that I'm going to be adding. But also why I feel just repeating the same things here is because sometimes the dates change. Right now I might be thinking July 2nd, 3rd, some event is there. But as we get closer, let's say in May, this might change. So every month I just want to stay updated and make sure I have all the important dates marked. And then I also want to mark my holidays, whether it's national holidays or my personal days off. And I want to mark my paydays and also meetings. That's really important. Any meetings that's going to be happening throughout the month, I just want to make a note of it. And this is for the calendar page. And then we move to the monthly dashboard page. I love this. I think it's quite simplistic, as well as it's laid out really well. I just love the way the habit trackers are laid out. It feels less intimidating compared to, you know, that tabular, like all the habits like one below the other. I find this to be more yeah, it's just more approachable. Like I can think of using this, that I just want to, like, I feel like staying away from it. Anyways, here what I want to do for monthly goals is, as I mentioned, I don't want to be setting multiple goals, whether it's for the entire year or even every single month. I just want to pick like one goal. What's that one goal I can work on which will help me get closer to my yearly goals? So I'm gonna be adding my one goal here, and I also want to add like action steps that I can take in order to achieve that particular goal, like probably 2 or 3 action steps, not more than that, simplifying as much as I can. And then I want to leave like, you know, 2 or 3 lines for reflection, because we don't have a reflection page in this planner. So I just wanted to, at the end of the month, I wanted to just see the monthly goal, see the action steps, and reflect on whether I followed them, whether did I do something new which worked out really well, you know, things like that. I just want to leave like, probably I'll leave 3 lines. All right, and this is gonna be like for priorities itself. So right now the way I work in my job is, I look at what's coming up for the upcoming quarter, and I just make a note of things and I work on them week by week. But I think it'll be very, very helpful for me if I break that down month-wise too, because I used to do that in my bullet journal and it worked out really well. I don't know why I stopped doing it. So I'm going to be writing the priorities for that month. And then we have this habit tracker. I thought about it to really think, you know, what I need to be using this for. And since I work in content marketing, I work on content for different platforms. For LinkedIn, we're gonna start off. We have already started, but we're gonna, be more focused for YouTube, and then we're also thinking about Facebook. So I thought it'd be nice to, categorize this. So this is gonna be for LinkedIn. It's gonna be for like Facebook and for YouTube, and to like mark the days when the posts would go live. And here I could like make some notes, something that I need to remember for all of these posts, or just basically like making some notes, and if anything is pending from my end, or if I have to reach out to another team member, or if I have to talk to someone else, I can just make a note of all those things here. So this is how I'm going to be using this page, mainly as like social media, like channel content tracking. Okay, then we move to the weekly pages. So this is just like a one-off page. The actual layout looks like this, and it's my absolute favorite one for work. Like from 2019 I have been using this system, and it just works really well. I shouldn't have moved to a digital planning mode. So basically here what I wanted to do is, within these days I want to add one, like in case I change up my work timings, I just wanted to make a note of that, because sometimes I have like 9 a.m. meetings and my work actually starts at 9 a.m. but I do need a little bit of time to just prep before the meeting. So I might start working at 8 o'clock itself. So I just want to make a note of that, just so that like I'm prepared, like my mindset like is prepared. Right now it's just like all over the place. I'm like, I need to wake up at 8 o'clock. But if I plan beforehand, that's going to be quite helpful for me. There will be a lot less anxiety. So that is why I just wanted to make a note of those timings. And sometimes if I have like any bank appointments, or if any doctor appointments, I always try to like finish up my work early, or I start a little bit later. So that is one thing that I want to make a note of. And the second thing would be meetings. I really like having a visual representation of how my time is being spent. And just to add, like, some meetings would be helpful, because there are some meetings, especially team meetings where there are more than like 2 people. I tend to get like really exhausted by those. It's just like I'm an introvert by nature, and by talking to people, like by engaging with them, it consumes a lot of my energy. So if I know that, let's say Thursday I have this team meeting coming up, so I can work on tasks that doesn't require a lot of my mental energy. So that is how I want to use like this section. And I also wanted to add like one priority for that day, just one priority for that day, so that if things get like all over the place, sometimes I get really anxious and I get very confused and it just messes up my head. I'll need some time to like come out of that mindset and actually start working. So what I was thinking is I could add one priority for that day. If things get overwhelming, keep everything aside, just focus on that, and I should be good. So I wanna do that. And since I don't work during the weekends, and also because we don't have a weekly dashboard, what I was thinking of is to like make this a mini weekly dashboard thing. So this is gonna be like my goal, like what's my goal for the week. So as I mentioned, I wanted to like break down my yearly goal into quarterly goals and then quarterly into monthly. So I want to move further and break that monthly goals into weekly goals as well. So I'm gonna be adding my weekly goal here. And then in this section, it's going to be a spot for reflection. So Friday evening before I log off from work, so just reflect on how the week went, and not just in terms of that goal, but just like how did I feel throughout the week. If I want to add a couple of lines, I want to add that. And also because like I work from home, I have no fear of anyone coming and looking into this planner. If I were to like take my planner to work, I wouldn't have probably done that reflection of how I like personally felt. I would have just made a note of, in terms of that goal, how did I do. So that's just something that I wanted to mention in case if you were thinking about it. And this line section, I want to add like a weekly to-do list. So when I was using a bullet journal, I would just create like a master to-do list for the entire week, and each day I would come and see, okay, what is it that I can work on. And because it was a bullet journal, I had a lot of notes pages, so I would just like work on like make a note and just work on stuff. So that system works out pretty well, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing the same. In case it doesn't work out, I'll think later, and if I change, I'll update you guys on it. So this is how I wanted to use the weekly pages. And then moving on to the notes pages at the back, this one I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I don't know what to add. So we have 2 pages of password tracking here. I'm definitely not going to be using for password tracking because it just freaks me out to put these kind of details on a paper. I just prefer like remembering or doing forget password and resetting it just for like safety concerns. This one, what I thought I would do is make a list of like best practices. Here I could probably write like LinkedIn. And what's the best practice for LinkedIn that I have learned through my experience, or I have like found it online, or when I've spoken to others, they have told that to me. So I wanted to like make a list of all the best practices. There are 4 columns. I'm not going to worry about these 3 columns. It's just gonna I'll be using it as a one line. But the first column though, I want to add like platform. Is it a best practice for a website or like a CTA or Facebook or things like that? Or while video editing, what's the best practice to do follow for video editing? So I could add that, and this is gonna be helpful for my own sake because sometimes you are aware of things but you tend to forget. So it'll be nice for that. And also I work with a team, so they work on actual content creation whereas I work on planning. So if they are looking for any advice, I can just flip to this page and look for it and share it with them. Okay, so I'm gonna use like both of these pages for best practices, and then we have a bunch of like notes pages at the back, I think 8 or something. This I'll leave it for now because there are stickers. I'm not sure if I'll be pulling it out of the planner, so let's forget about that. So the other notes pages, as of now, what I've thought is One, I want to create a resource library. So there are like few things, like few important files where I would have saved in a particular folder, or there are some websites that are really helpful for me in order to like up level my job and to perform better. So I just want to make a note of all that. So yeah, it's basically, you can think of it like a bookmarks thing, you know, on your website browser. You create all the bookmarks of important websites. So that is how I want to create a spread here in one of the notes pages. And then in another notes page, what I wanted to do is add recommendations. So when we, you know, meet virtually for meetings and stuff, we usually take some time to like chat about other stuff before we start off with like work related conversations. And sometimes my teammates, they recommend me like any movies that I could watch, any documentaries, any like, you know, books that I could read. And it's really nice right now. I just like make a note of like whatever paper I have with me. So I thought it'd be nice to like, you know, create a spread and make a note of like add all the recommendations in one spot, so that I can like, whenever I get the time, or I can plan to watch it during a particular month, or like read a book, get that book. And yeah, I think it's gonna be nice. Okay, and then I want to create in these two pages, I want to create a workflow template. Every time when we work on similar tasks, the steps are pretty much going to be the same. So I just wanted to create like workflow for the tasks that we most commonly work on. It's gonna be like a game changer for me, and it'll also be easier for me if we have new hires and I need to train someone. I can just look at this page and give them a more clear instructions, rather than just giving generic advice or tips. So that is what I'm gonna do there. And here what I'm gonna do is, on one page I want to create like content bubbles. So I work on multiple like genres within our organization. So some content is specific to like tech, some content is specific to human stories. So I wanted to like create those bubbles and see what are these steps. It's gonna look something like the ikigai, you know, circles, wherein you have 3 circles and it intersect, and you have to write like what the common things are. So that is what I want to be doing for 2 or 3 aspects of my organization. So this is going to be one. And then in the other notes page, I wanted to create a content marketing mix. It's very technical. If you're interested, I can talk about it in another video, but yeah, that is what I want to do. And then this one, we have this year in review page. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Probably at the end of the year I might write something. And similarly to, you know, what I mentioned in yesterday's video about writing a letter, I wanted to do that, but for my career too. So I'll be writing a letter and putting it in here, and also any stickers that are specific for work, I'm just gonna add it in here. This is not gonna be like a decorative planner. It's gonna be a purely functional one. I think decor wise, I have everything that I need for my eyes. You know, each and every page has like really nice illustrations. It's got beautiful colors. So it's gonna be a very functional planner. And then I also wanted to like add a companion to my planner, because I'm gonna move the planner aside. There is definitely lack of notes pages in the planner, and because I've used like bullet journals in the past, like there's not really you know, we have abundance of notes pages, so I haven't had any issues. And also in another planner that I used to use in 2019 and 2020, I had notes pages in that planner, so it worked out very well. But this one does not have a lot of them, especially like each month. And when I am in meetings, I like to make notes of things. One thing, I want to make like meeting notes. Second thing, I want to use it for brainstorming. So if I, you know, let's say I want to work on a video and I just want to like make rough notes on that, so that it's more clearer to my brain, because I have done it in the past and it really helps. So I want to go back to that practice of brainstorming stuff. And also if I have to make any rough notes, sometimes you just need like a piece of paper and a pen to jot down something. So I'm gonna be using this notebook for that. I got this as a freebie when I ordered the Botanical Story planner, and I thought it'll be like a nice match. I love how both have like really gorgeous designs, and it also comes with a very pretty bookmark with like nice illustrations. So I want to use it. Like, no, both of these planners, like our notebook and the planner, like no pressure of making it look pretty. It's gonna be purely functional. As long as the system works out for me, I am very much happy and content with myself, my work, and my planners. So let me know if you bought this planner for any other purpose. Like, let's say you bought it for to use it like to plan out your studies or something, and if you need any tips on this, basically I just explained like how I'll be using it for work. So if you want tips on how to use it for some other purpose, do let me know and I can make videos on that too. So yeah, this was the video. I know you guys really like watching these. In case, even if you're not using it for work, there are definitely some tips that you can take out of this video, which you can implement it in another area of your life, or you need not even have this planner to if follow some of the tips. So yeah guys, this was the video. Let me just get my advent calendar and see what chocolate we are gonna get for today. The chocolates for the past 2 days have not been like my favorite, and I don't know, everything has like caramel and I don't really like them. So I'm hoping today we get some nice ones. 16. Oh, looks like there's like a bigger one. Let's see what we have. Oh, we have 2 chocolate bars. That is nice. I'm gonna see what these are and add it on the screen here. One of the days I had received like 2 chocolate bars and both of them were nice. Like, one was cinnamon and the other one was orange. Both of them tasted really well. So let's see how these are. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful and you're enjoying all these 2022 planner videos. There's definitely more to come, and okay, then I will see you tomorrow in my next one. Bye.